Encore Revival. America, September 20, 2021. Minimum wage needs a definition. It was intended for people who have a job for the first time, like high school students who live with parents and need to learn how to show up for work. When that minimum wage is applied to long-term employees of 15 years, something is wrong. And raising minimum wage is no answer. Instead, minimum wage should be defined somehow so that it is not applied to an employee of 15 years. One important test for whether an employee should receive minimum wage is filing taxes as a dependent or living with parents. That would create two minimum wages, one for young dependents working simple jobs and another for experienced adults who live on their own. Why hasn't this been discussed? Blanketly raising the floor on all wages across society doesn't make the house stand taller. It just adds a step to climb while making the ceiling closer. That sounds more like creating a problem so a politician can campaign on fixing it. Elections themselves are ever more in doubt. The biggest problem with election fraud isn't in government, but with news articles about election fraud asserting that fraud claims are unfounded without evaluating why. That's still going on. To quote the Enron hearings, one word: California. Even with great products, why do Disney and Apple seem to be part of the problem and not the solution? The biblical interpretation is to examine the morals of leadership. That's one way of explaining it. Encore. Revival has returned to America.